What's going on YouTube? This is Instant Poison, and I just did an entire commentary with my input volume on 5%. Sounded like I was on the complete opposite side of the room, and that's no good, so I'm going to have to do this one again. This is Modern Warfare 2, it's free-for-all, seems to be the only thing I put up on this game anymore, and it's on Highrise. Highrise is one of those maps that it's just perfect for free-for-all. There's a lot of, I wouldn't say camping spots, but these two buildings on both sides are pretty easy to maintain as long as you know what you're doing. And they've got some nice spawns, so people are always going to be spawning in behind you and coming and giving you kills. So I was actually going for a nuke without kill streaks in this game. I did not get it. I ended up going 14-0 and then dying in an unfortunate way because I made a rather poor decision. But it was unfortunate, but I did get the nuke a couple of games later in the same night, and that is now up on my channel. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to. And thank you for all of those who have already watched it and given it likes. I appreciate it very, very much. It's one of my most viewed videos, and I'm proud of that because I worked pretty hard for it. So back to this gameplay. Today I want to talk about tight versus loose gameplay, and by that I mean certain games that just look, whether they're your own, whether they're others, doesn't matter. When you watch a game, certain games just look clean. They look crisp and smooth, and it just looks like the person is better than other people in the room and is just a good, solid player. Compared to other games that are very loose, and they just look like the person's inexperienced, or that they're missing their shots, or they're making mistakes. And it doesn't actually matter the type of player that you are. I think all of us can say that we have, some tight games, some loose games. It just depends on the motion, or on the day, or the people, or anything like that. It can completely depend and vary. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are at the game. This is one of those games I was pretty proud to watch. I thought I played a crisp, tight game, even with my movements, with my aiming, everything. It felt good playing it. It was almost the type of thing that you would describe as, if you play sports or anything like that, just being in the zone. It felt very easy to kill these people, and they actually weren't as bad as they may appear. In later rounds of this game, they were actually not the worst players I've ever played. I definitely did not even realize I didn't kill the guy I was initially shooting at. If he didn't pop back up, I would have just left that area. But, oh god, what was I saying? Oh yeah, being in the zone. So this game, it just felt very crisp to me. It felt like, my ears were perked up, my eyes were wide, I could see what was going on, I could see people moving, I could hear them coming from a distance, and I felt very comfortable. And when you get those feelings in games, when you have that confidence behind your game style, you'll always do well. It's the same with anything. As long as you have confidence in yourself as you play, you're going to be successful. Like right here, for example, I don't know what I'm at right now, but I was freaking out. I knew I was on a nice little kill streak, and this guy was just almost got me there. I had no idea where he was or where he was hiding, and so I decided to run out of there, hopefully, and I got away perfectly fine, so that, in my opinion, was a good decision. This, on the other hand, I thought he was going to sneak around, which he did. The Claymore got him, and then I got caught in a bad spot, and that was just ridiculous and unfair. I can't even express that in words. But so, did not get the nuke, so now, a little bit of stress has been taken off of me already, and I'm going to play, just quick, easy shooting game. An example of a loose game, which this is going to sound weird, but would actually probably be my kill streakless nuke. I did go 25-0, or not 25-0, 25-1. Sorry, I did die right off the bat, but I did get the nuke, and I did get obviously a high kill streak. But at the same time, I felt very nervous. And watching that gameplay again, especially in comparison to games like this, I see, little movements, little shaking, off-centered things, and I miss shots that I shouldn't be missing. Things that I know I can make and things I'm comfortable making, I wasn't able to make in that game. So, little things you can do is just get comfortable with your playstyles, with your strategies, anything that you do in a game, get used to it. Repeat it. Have your own style and your own system that you use, and don't use anybody else's. Don't try to mimic, people you watch on YouTube, or don't try to take guns just because you see somebody else be successful with them. Use guns that are comfortable to you. Use kill streaks that are comfortable for you, and use a sensitivity that's comfortable for you as well. I personally, I play on a 6, a 7, and I never really change it. I just keep it that way all the time because it's something that fits for me. A lot of people say that high sensitivities are good just because, you can move around really quickly and spin around, which, in a sense is true, and that's one of the reasons why I use a high sensitivity. But if you're one of those players that feels uncomfortable using it, don't force yourself to get used to it if you're not. If you play for a couple of hours and it's just not working, then drop it lower. I know CNanners, I think, uses about a 3 or something like that, and it works for him. So obviously it's possible, so don't feel pressured into using a higher sensitivity just because you're not used to it. So that's the gameplay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Final score is 30-2. Don't forget to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe. And be sure to check out that kill streakless nuke if you haven't already. Thanks a lot, guys.